Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kate, I make videos about books and bookish things, and today we are doing some DIY. No, I have not suddenly changed my branding. I ordered myself a book cart. I'm intensely unoriginal. I've seen book carts around, thought they looked really cool. Two people whose videos made me want to get one are Girl Made of Words, made a video last year where she reorganised hers, decorated it, made it look beautiful. And of course, the booktube giant that is Jack Edwards built one hungover at the start of the year. What I did was I went back to his video, looked at the name on the side of the packaging and just bought the one that he had. Unfortunately, I did have to buy it through Amazon, and I do not support Amazon at large, and it pained me to order from them, so do as I say, not as I do. Try and find it somewhere else. I was just lazy, frankly. I thought I'd try and build this and have a little chat while I do, because, I don't know, it's so hot in the UK right now, so if it's quite loud, that is because I have every single window in my bedroom open so I can try and get some airflow in, and I also have a fan going, so I apologise. And of course my tripod is really, really far away because I needed visible floor space, which is not usual, so if the audio is particularly bad, I can only apologise. Right, let's get started. I'm just going to pull everything out first of all. So I've got a whole load of... Ooh, now these are the exciting bits. I have gone through already to make sure they had sent me the correct thing and the correct number of parts, but I haven't actually looked any closer than that. There are instructions, which is good. Those will help us. First forays into adulting. I've been an adult for a little while now, actually, which may surprise you to hear, being that I am incredibly short and broadly immature. But no, I am now 20, so I've been an adult for 2 whole years. But I only really feel like in the last maybe year that I've actually started being an actual grown-up. And I think half of that is just realising that no one actually knows what they're doing, least of all grown-ups, and if you can just lean into the doing your best, then you'll go far. Make sure all the accessories are ready before installation. Mesh basket, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have 4 stoppers? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Pipe, 12 pieces. I already counted these, I have 12 of them. Hook 1, 3 pieces. That's this type, I've got 3. Hook 2, 4 pieces. Yep, that's 4 of those. Hook 3, God, there's a lot of hooks involved. Yep, 4, and then casters, 4. Yeah, this is a wheelie book trolley. It should be really, really good fun. Adulting has just been learning no one knows what they're doing, and also that it means you can indulge in what you always wanted to do as a child. So I spent a lot of the first year of uni buying ice cream no matter what the weather was, because there was a little like waffle place that was very, very near where I lived, and you could just get a cone of ice cream from there. And so every time I walked past it and was like, I fancy an ice cream, I just went in and bought one. Because I'm a grown-up, I've got my own money now, I can just have ice cream when I feel like it. And so when I saw these book trolleys last year, I had to kind of justify to myself, like, no, I already have too much stuff. I don't need another big item of furniture. But when I got back from university, I got rid of a ton of the clutter more than anything, and it's felt amazing. I need to actually start building rather than just sitting here talking. Installation step 1 is assemble the hook 2 or 3 into the basket. Right, so this is what these little slots are for, and this is so I can hang things on them. I'm guessing you just put different varieties onto each one so that you can hang different types of things off them. I thought it'd be a very, very good way, personally, for me to store my filming microphone, because it comes in like a little bag, and I generally put it in places where it should not be put, and then end up forgetting where I've put it. Are there different slots for the different types of hooks? Because that definitely feels like it's not slotting in. That one's also not slotting all the way in. Okay, I'm just going to build these and worry about the hooks afterwards. Step 2, assemble the mesh basket and pipes. And then it literally just shows plonking them all one on top of the other with these. Alright then, let's give it a try. I feel like I can't go too wrong with this because it is meant to be super straightforward, but the one thing I did remember from watching Jack Edwards do it was that he pushed some of the poles in too tightly and bent them, and his book trolley ended up very wobbly. And so I would ideally not like a wobbly book trolley, so I'm going to try not to warp any of the items used in the making of it. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to just like put all 4 poles in each one and then stack them on top of each other. I don't actually know. It's all a bit of fun, isn't it? That's another thing about adulting. I don't know why I'm giving like adulting tips after literally saying I am 20 and the secret is that you know nothing. But leaning into the knowing nothing, just going, I don't know how this is meant to work and I'm gonna have fun with it. Oh, to be young and full of folly. Wait. No, this is the right number. I had a moment. I was like, wait, but this one won't have any. And it's like, no, of course not, because that's the one that goes on top. I'm just full of intellect, you guys. There we go. That is one set of tiers complete. Ah! I'm gonna stack books on this. It's gonna make me so happy. Oh, right. It said it shouldn't be too... Oh, actually, I'll put the wheels on the bottom first, because I have a feeling that trying to put the wheels on while it is upright would not be a particularly easy thing to do, despite that being what it says you should do. Yeah. That is interesting, pal. Why would you want to build something incredibly tall and then say, now turn it over and try and insert something very precise into the bottom of it? I have no idea if this is even going to be fun to watch for other people, but like, I'm having a good time right now. So, do you just shove? No, you do. You do just shove these wheels on. They've got like corrugated bits at the top. And so I assumed it would be a screw-in situation, but no, it appears to be you just jam them the fuck in. Oh, I see, so you need to be fully jammed in. This is where Kate reveals that she is the weakest. You know I'm weak. What about me says incredibly strong? I don't know why I'm lying to myself as if people have ever thought I have any kind of upper body strength. I'm 5'2", incredibly weak, and building a book trolley for YouTube. That was me thinking I'd talk about fun things like books in this, and it's just been me rambling incessantly about being an adult and being weaker than you would expect. See, this is what happens when I am just by myself, talking to myself, and I am treating the camera as an audience to that. Well, there we go, the wheels are on. I'm pleased with that. That is delightful. It's not looking wonky so far, which is delighting me. I also wouldn't be too mad if it was a bit wonky, but like, if it could be nice, I would like it to be nice. I'll put the stoppers in the top one now. These are to cover up those little holes where a potential pipe could go. There we go. Final tier goes on. Oh my god, I have a book trolley! I'm gonna roll that out the way just for a second. I've done it! I've built it! It looks fantastic! I have now built the trolley. I'm now going to put some books on it. I am now thinking it is a little bit taller than I would have liked. I had the option to buy either 3 tiers or 4, and I decided to go for the 4 because it was only about £5 more expensive to get it. And also I figured because it is a build it yourself method, if it was too tall, I can just pull it off, put the stoppers on that one, and it is the shorter version anyway. But yeah, that is very, very nice. I do still have the little slot pieces where the hooks can go. I might try and figure that out later. Equally, it is not an essential part of this because I am putting books on it. I think it's because they also sold it as being like for bathroom accessories, and so it might be useful for, you know, if you're using it for that, you can hang loofahs off it or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, let's get the TBR pile and I can shelve it on here and have a little talk about it as we go. Hey kids, you like reading? I'm going to need to adjust this camera angle. So, I think what my plan is going to be is that I will use top shelf for things I am probably most interested in, and then go down, so the bottom one is for backlist lower priority. I'm just going to go through my stack of books, have a little chat about them, and shelve them where appropriate. Ironically, the book on the top of the pile is Sophie's World, which I've owned for probably 7 or 8 years at this point. And I did start reading it at one point, but it is a really, really chunky book on classical philosophy, and 12-year-old me was not able to stick with it, so that is going on the bottom tier. I've just picked up a book that I can't show you yet, because it is the first book from my subscription to Rare Birds Books. I will be making a longer video about it, however I am going to schedule it very carefully so that I don't end up spoiling what the books were that I picked. Because the whole point of it is you pick books that you don't know what they are based on a little blurb, and so to spoil the whole joy of it would not be very in the spirit. So I'm just going to chuck this on my bed real quick so I don't do spoilers. There we go. Right, next one down. The Other's Gold by Elizabeth Ames. I got this one for Christmas. I would like to get to it a little bit sooner because I think it's one that will otherwise slip my notice quite easily, so I'm going to go like second shelf. All Systems Red by Martha Wells, another one I got for Christmas. I think that's also going to go second shelf. It's so like slim that ironically I am less likely to get to it because I do like substantial books. And The Stars Were Burning Brightly by Danielle Giondo, that is definitely going top tier in terms of priority. I really want to read it, just hasn't been on my mind. Same with Lovely War by Julie Berry. God, you are thick, man. What am I saying? King of Scars. I have to admit, I was really, really desperate to read this. It's a Grishaverse book. However, don't much care about Nikolai, to be honest, and after the few spoilers I've heard about Rule of Wolves, which is the sequel to it, I don't know when I'm going to want to get to it, so I think that's going to be a third tier one, I'm afraid. Ooh, Anything That Isn't This by Chris Priestley. I got this for a Christmas or birthday several years ago after reading a copy in my school library and then never read my own copy. So I want to read it, if only to be like, yeah, this was for a younger version of myself. I think that means it's third tier, certainly for the time being, but you know. I'm already just thrilled by like these little stacks of books here. That makes me so happy. Manning True Witches. I lent this to one of my university friends at the end of term and then had to take it back because I was going home for the end of the holiday. But Anna, I will lend it to you again. I will bring it up next year so you can finish reading it. Don't you worry, I got you. Second tier, I think, because I'm interested in it, however, not really a priority yet. Solitaire by Alice Oseman. It's an Alice Oseman book. You know it's one of the things I am desperate to get to. Top shelf. There we go. This very much feels like a tier ranking of my TBR now, which is very, very entertaining. Oh. Well, that's a big mood. The next one is one of the few books that I actually bought for myself, along with Solitaire, which is How It All Blew Up by Arvin Ahmadi. I just saw this in Waterstones and thought it sounded really interesting, and it's got a really cool orange cover, which is quite a rare book colour, I would say. I'm going to put second tier for the time being, however I think it's one that could pretty easily pique my interest enough to bump up. Splinters of Sunshine by Patrice Lawrence. Again, bought it last year. Interested enough, just hasn't piqued my curiosity. I'm going to pop you in second tier. Dark and Deepest Red. I bought this ages ago and I need to get through it, so I'm going to pop you top shelf. The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I'm saving this for a time when I really need a light-hearted book because quite a lot of the things I read are a bit heavy. They deal with like sort of young adult issues, general emotional subjects. This is like a Victorian society comedic romps. So I'm saving it for a time when I am like, I desperately need some serotonin after one of these. So I'm guessing that puts it on third tier, even though I am very much excited to be reading it, just because it will serve a purpose, which is making sure I am not so sad. Lore Olympus Volume 1. This isn't really something that I am like planning to read so much as I'm very sure I will just randomly pick it up one day, plough through it, and then it'll be like, cool, read it, done it, put it on my shelf. For that reason, I'm just going to stick it on second tier. And then here is a stack of much, much older books, some of which I got from my grandparents' house because they moved last year, and so they were trying to disassemble their small library of books that they have collated over the 50 years they've been married. So I picked up a whole handful, and also just some random gifted ones as well. So this is a book of quotes from my significant other, which I got given for my birthday, which I just haven't had a chance to flick through yet, so I'm guessing that puts it in the same category as Lore Olympus in terms of I'll get to it at some point, but it won't be like a dedicated reading endeavour in the same way. Then I've got a little stack of very short introduction books. I've got very short introduction to literary theory, very short introduction to English literature, and a very short introduction to theatre. Because my mum works as a professor and so gets given the opportunity to choose a lot of these, and she picked me up 3 that were most likely to be what I did at university, so I should probably give these a read at some point, especially because next year I am doing a module on literary theory and criticism. But yeah, I'm gonna be real, those are going on the bottom tier. Ah yes, Reluctant Adult, a book that my secondary school best friend got me for my 18th birthday. It's basically about learning how to not want to die as an overwhelmed, anxious adult. Have not read it yet. Probably could have come in handy already, I'll be honest. Again, I don't think this will be something I make an intention to sit down and read, but will just be something I pick up one day and get through. So, second tier. I'm racking up quite a little collection there of things I should just spontaneously get through at some point. And then we've got mostly poetry, so I've got T.S. Eliot, I've got Byron, bit of Shelley, that is Elizabeth Barrett Browning, that is Keats, more Keats but in hardback. And, oh yeah, this is a little biography of Sylvia Plath that I picked up in Hay on Wye a couple of years ago, which I, again, have simply never gotten to. These are all bottom tier. I got these because my grandparents were chucking them out, so yeah. I'm not particularly enthused about any of them. It was more as a kind of, well, I'm sure I'll be studying these at some point while I'm at university, so... And that is everything, so I guess that means this video is done. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a very, very random, very, very strange and very chaotic video because, I don't know if you can tell, I am quite warm and quite tired, but I hope it was at least vaguely interesting because I did enjoy putting together this trolley, having a look through the books I still need to read, and I hope it was kind of inspiring in that way. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and feel free to like this video if you did. Comment down below about your own TBR maybe. I'd love to know what things people are planning to get to reading because as you can see I've got plenty to be getting through. And as I said in my last video, I'll have a reading list for second year before too long, and so I'll be reading all these different things that I will have to then study. So yeah. Anyway, what do I say next? Feel free to subscribe. Oh, that was squeaky. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of me and my bookish content, and I will see you next time. Why is it eye-shaped and not just round? Seems like a choice somebody made. You're wonky as well. I have to put each of these in 4 different times so I can try and get them right. Oh, I see. You are slightly more shaped on one side than the other. Camera lowering at simulator. Now that's a side of YouTube that I'm sure some people would enjoy. Not you two.